the second order confronts Gukseon with a smirk. Her hatred toward Baek Sang-ah is intense, so much so that he asks if she wants to kill her. Gukseon flinches at the question, but he presses on. What if Baek Sang-ah seduced the instructors to merge the Ma clan and Jin clan? What if she tricked young Master Jin into falling for her? He mocks her further. If she feels so wronged, she might as well join the commoners. Gukseon clenches her fists and mutters that if Baek Sang-ah is the reason behind her misfortunes, then everything suddenly makes sense. Of course, it's her. Seeing her reaction, the second order leans in and whispers. Then, should I give you a chance? Gukseon's eyes widen. A chance to kill Baek Sang-ah. Scene shifts to a leadership meeting. The first division is being formed by combining groups 2, 4, and 5. Gukseon raises her hand. She argues that there's no point in choosing a loser as the leader. Instead, the only victorious group, Group 2, should take command. She points to Baek Sang-ah, their leader. Jongho, Group 5's leader, who lost heavily in the first mock battle, nods in agreement. No one objects. Gukseon smiles. Then it's settled. Standing nearby, Jin watches quietly. Something feels off. He heard that Gukseon even apologized to the three snakes. That only raises more red flags. From the perspective of a three-time regressor, something about this is too suspicious. His thoughts flash back to the assassination note. Keeping his head low, Jin considers the possibility they might be working together. Later, at the Division 1 training ground, Jin checks in with Baek Sang-ah. He asks about the condition of their team. She claps her hands and grins. It's a mess. Jin smiles. That was expected. The students are far from coordinated. Baek Sang-ah says they can't even form proper formations in their current state. Jin agrees. They should just focus on cohesion for now. She adds that the 1001 Hall doesn't expect refined tactics from newcomers anyway. Elsewhere, Instructor Jang places another bet, this time, 10 silver taels on Division 1. Back at training, Baek Sang-ah says at least they're not like Division 3, which is completely disorganized. Jin is confused. She laughs, explaining that Division 3's group leaders couldn't even decide on a single commander, so all three agreed to protect the banner together. She also mentions rumors Division 2 might be their next opponent. The scene cuts to Dokjeol shouting at his fellow leaders, frustrated. He demands they stop bickering and declares that he'll lead Division 2 himself. Jin notes this and relaxes. A fighting force strong enough to crush enemies is now tied up in internal issues. That's a win for Division 1. He says they're better off. Baek Sang-ah agrees, totally. At a hidden location, the second order stands before a door and calls for Dokjeol. The door opens. Dokjeol kneels before him. The second order praises him for maneuvering Dokjeol into leadership. Now, he'll be too busy with mock battles. He gives a new order, kill Baek Sang-ah. Dokjeol lifts his head and hesitates. The 1001 Hall has tightened surveillance since the last incident. If they move now, their identities could be exposed. The second order recalls Jin's disruption of the trading ground and grits his teeth. Someone dared to intrude and endanger them all. That's exactly why they must act carefully. Dokjeol is still confused. The second order continues. If Dokjeol kills Baek Sang-ah, all investigations will focus on him. He must also take responsibility for every prior incident. But he promises a way to escape. Dokjeol quietly accepts his fate. Whether he escapes or not doesn't matter, he sees himself as a tool. A tool discarded by its master must be disposed of properly. That's what assassination means. He bows deeply. At your command. The next day, the mock battle begins, Division 1 versus Division 2. Division 2 charges in formation, ascending current. Division 1 takes a defensive stance. Division 2 roars, breakthrough. Division 1 holds firm. Their voices rise, show his lordship our courage. Sparks fly as weapons clash. Baek Sang-ah commands groups 4 and 5 to focus on the center and hold the line. From the voice hall, the overseer narrows his eyes. Something's off on the far flank. San Dokjeol sees it too and shouts an opening. Jin spins around in shock. Group 4 has retreated. Ju Gukseon grins, go to hell, Baek Sang-ah. Jin's eyes widen. Ju Gukseon has betrayed them. Division 2 bursts through the breach. Their students shout in triumph, they've broken through. Amid the chaos, Dokjeol moves swiftly. He spots Baek Sang-ah, his target. Whether it's part of a strategy to break the banner or not doesn't matter. She won't know / not before he strikes. He reaches for his hidden weapon, poisoned and deadly. The voice hall leader spots the motion. Wait, that's. Baek Sang-ah senses it, killing intent. Dokjeol leaps into the air. It's too late, he shouts, die. But before he can land the blow, a foot slams into him mid-air. Jin appears out of nowhere, delivering a devastating kick. You die instead.